Alright, so I should call this video not an update, but more like story time. It's been one ridiculous week here. Not on the car. Started out pretty good. Monday, had a pretty good day. Tuesday, some storms rolled in here, rainstorms, and they got worse and worse and worse. And I don't think I've ever seen, since I've been down here 25 years, that much rain fall on my property in one day. It got so bad that this whole area of the shop started to flood late in the afternoon after I was actually done working on the car on Tuesday. So I spent probably another couple hours after I was done working on the car taking the shop vac and pulling up all the water. This is where water normally cuts across my property, down through here, and then it goes underneath this little bridge that I built to get across to my shop here, and then in this gully, and it continues down, all the way down, crosses the road, and goes into a neighbor's pond down there. Well, here's a picture of what it looked like the other day. You see I've got some logs piled up over here. These logs were, the water comes down this gully here off of this hill. When it rains really hard, some of it tends to overspill this retaining wall here. As you can see, it's kind of falling down. Well, the other day, this area here, which is like a French drain, there's pipes under here and stuff like that, out to this little creek bed here. That was completely full, and the water was coming in underneath the sill plate of my building and going into the shop, both into the wood shop and to the car shop. This was, you can see this stoop is about 3.5, 4 inches high before you get to the concrete. So this was completely filled up with water, and there was a waterfall. And I drug those logs up there to try and see if I couldn't stem the flow a little bit, and they slowed it down somewhat, but it was still coming in the shop, actually up through the expansion cracks. So that was a little bit of a disaster. Here's another picture of what this area looked like the other day. Here's a picture of I took of this area here, which is the stoop getting out of the shop, and that's what this looked like the other day. So anyway, that was Tuesday night. The rain moved off, and Wednesday promised to be a nice sunny day. Everything would dry out, everything was good to go. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I woke up with a little bit of abdominal pain, and over the next hour it grew pretty bad, pretty intense enough that I woke my wife up. She got me to the emergency room. Thought my appendix was bursting or something really neat like that, and so it kept growing in intensity to the point where they threw some morphine at it, and they just threw some fentanyl at it, and nothing was making a dent in it. They finally put me into a CT scanner and found out it was just a lowly kidney stone stuck in my ureter coming off of the kidney. And after about four hours of writhing around in pain in the hospital, it must have popped loose, because just like that, I felt a whole lot better. And so they dismissed me but the day was pretty much shot, and I was pretty exhausted. So I figured, well, I'll get after it tomorrow, which was Thursday. So I wake up Thursday at about 5 o'clock in the morning and notice that power's out. Something must have happened as a result of the rainstorm. And usually what happens is when the ground gets soaked like that, some of these big trees, they just fall over in these right-of-ways that they clear for the power lines. So I figured, no big problem. I'll get out there. I've got this little job to do here before I don't even need power. The sun was coming in the window. I could see what I was doing, and I'll just take this and reshape this and cut this. This is a pattern that I cut based on the other wheel hole on the other side, and I'm flipping it down and matching it, shrinking it and stretching it and putting it into shape. This is kind of, you know, these things are kind of neat. They're these little clamps here that you can hold butt welds together with. There's a little wing nut here that loosens this little tab, and then this thing slides out and you put it behind the metal. It's where places where you can get to and access, so you can hold this little sheet or this little piece of steel in through this sheet metal and tighten this back up, and it creates a little tiny gap, which is ideal for butt weld in all this area. So I'm gonna let me get, since I can't tack weld since the power's off, I'll just put these little things in and get going, cleco it up, get it trimmed up. But hour and a half in, and I'm needing to get the welder out, and the power's still not on. So wait, and I wait, and I wait. So I just basically quit working. I figure I'd go in the house, putter around, do whatever. And nope, it was about 7 o'clock last night when the power came back on. So that was the end of that day. So went from a torrential rainstorm that flooded part of the shop to going to the ER and passing a kidney stone to the power being out all day yesterday. And it's Friday morning, and I'm just getting back to working on this here. And I don't estimate that I'm going to get a whole lot done today, just because I'm mentally wiped out. I thought I'd just bring you up to speed on a fun time that I had this week. And okay, so getting back to this, working on this wheel opening here. What I've done so far on this quarter panel here is I've got it locked here in the front to the bulkhead to match it to the door. I've added this lower rocker extension over here, so that's all set and locked in at that point over there. It's not locked in permanently, it's just cleco, so to speak. I've got this filler piece made up. All of this has been adjusted, and it's welded to the car side. It's just tacked every so often here to keep everything stable while I work out some of these other blends and details over here. Over here I've got this extension of the quarter panel done all the way around and to down over there and underneath. I still haven't put in the side marker light pocket there. Right now I'm just, like I said, I'm working my way around, rejiggering this wheel hole to match the other side, this paper pattern. I cut off that side so that I would get the same arc side to side. This is already worked out. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm moving on to the next thing. Okay, so you can see how these clamps work pretty good to keep everything flushed up. So I went ahead and tacked it every 1.5 inches. Now I'll be able to slide these out of here. And got to add one more piece before I proceed to weld this all up. Anyway, that's how all that works out. Yeah, so I just thought I'd show you these clamps a little bit closer. You can get these at Harbor Freight. Anyway, or you could order them online at eBay, anywheres. You can see here, this is this sheet metal is bent around into almost a complete box, and then there's a flat piece of steel going through that's attached to a wing nut. That goes through this to the back side, where there's a little square piece of solid stock that fits right down through a hole in that sheet metal, so that when you tighten up this wing nut, it draws the sheet metal together and against this little block over here, and that makes for a good tight fit if you're trying to hold two pieces of metal just a little bit apart, so you can do your welding along that edge. Anyway, it works for a good butt weld. Okay, got this all welded up now, so that's looking pretty decent. Still a couple more things to do before I got to take it back off and do the inside construction, just like I did on the driver's side. I started working on the little enclosure for the side marker light, just like I did on the other side. And I'm going to put that in. And then I've got a little floor panel extension I have to put in on this side over here. And then, you know the drill from watching the other videos, hopefully. But at any rate, this is as far as I can take it this week, and I will see you on the next one.